Hello, everybody. I hope that you are doing well this evening. I am Demetra K. For those of you all who might be like, who is that? I am Demetra K of the Demetra K Show, where we promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people with an emphasis on even, because we're great people, but we can always strive to do better. Like I said, Big Giant, thank you, hello, and welcome to YouTube and Facebook. You are the other side of the conversation, and I love you dearly. Also like to say a big giant thank you and shout out to my moderators who do a great job of holding the comment section down, making sure everybody behaves and just fits in, right? And if they don't, then y'all know the rest. So anyway, Brother Reggie, how you doing? One of my best moderators. And also, y'all get a chance, please go follow Brother Reggie as he has great content coming to us from Japan, right? So check him out. Ernest, how you doing? Greater achievements, what's going on with you? Maureen, hope you're doing well. And one who cares, you made it early today. Yes, indeed. So we'll go ahead and give everybody just a moment to come on here. Of course, we're going to be talking about Nelly. Of course, many of y'all know who Nelly is. He's a rapper, right? He's been around for a very long time. Well, he had time on one day for Kamala's fans. Guess at this point we could probably call them that fans, for continuously dragging him, or trying to anyway, over him performing at Trump's inauguration event. Now, of course, I'll talk about why all this is coming back up again. So you guys stay tuned for that. Mike Nice, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Now, in the meantime, as we're waiting for everybody to come on here, you guys may or may not know, hey, Buckhorse, Brother Stephen, how you doing? Tell your wife who said hello. Y'all may or may not know that Sean P. Diddy Combs, the jury is out deliberating. So we are on what they call verdict watch. Everybody is anticipating the verdict. It may come, and I don't think it'll come today. I think maybe they're done today. But the judge said that they wanted a verdict by 4th of July, right? 4th of July is Friday. They will not be in court then. So he's saying, let's have something. We'll try our best, right? To have a verdict in before then, so everybody can go about their life from that point. So the jury was given their instructions, and there was a lot of them. I listened to all of them. A lot of instructions on things they could consider and things they couldn't consider, the charges and things like that. So, it's going to be very interesting. I've had people call me and ask me, what do you think is going to happen? I'm like, I don't know, because I'm not in there, right? Only the jurors know. Now, I do know juror 25. I guess the rest of the jurors had an issue with them. I don't know if it's a man or a woman or whatever it is, because there's identity secret. But they had an issue with them because they said that juror 25 is not following the instructions. Or I don't know if they don't understand, or just not following, right? So I guess the judge had to get more clarification, or give more clarification to it. Now, a lot of people are saying, depending on which way this trial goes, let's say, God forbid, or whatever it is, Diddy is found guilty, he has grounds for appeals. Now, a lot of people are already saying that if he's found guilty, that he definitely has grounds for appeal, because there's a lot of things that just kind of were entered in that shouldn't have been entered in. It's just a lot. But basically, at the end of the day, sounds like the feds heard about what happened to Cassie. You guys know she filed her $30 million lawsuit, and they said, oh, word? Really? Oh, okay, let's look into it. And so they tried to build a RICO case off of Cassie Ventura and this lady that they're calling Jane. Now people are speculating that it's 50 Cent's baby mama, which, the internet detectives have pretty much put two and two together, right? So they're trying to build a RICO off of them being trafficked and, other stuff, right? So the instructions were, it was a lot of them for them to consider. So it's going to be interesting. We'll wait and see, what happens. And as I always say, Diddy will probably be better off than most of us, whether he's free or not, right? Of course, you never want to see somebody lose their freedom, but we don't know until we know. So anyway, let's see who I'm not even trying to talk about that. I'm just trying to give everybody a moment to come on here. Who else came on here? Brogu, where have you been? I hope that you are doing well. Brother Reddy says, the judge says, y'all hurry so I can start my barbecue on the 4th, right? Like, we ain't trying to be here. They already been there like 8 weeks or something like that. So yeah. And the defense I don't think they called any witnesses. If I'm not mistaken, the defense didn't call any. They didn't call Diddy. And that's what the judge said too, to the jury. Do not consider anything from Diddy or Sean, right? The defendant not testifying. He told them that is his right to not testify. So don't extrapolate anything from him not testifying. That is his legal right to not do that. So don't basically say, oh, why he didn't testify. He would have he should have testified if he was innocent, right? Just said don't do that. Do not consider that at all. So there's a lot of instructions remains to be seen. But yeah, Corey, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Ray the King, what's going on? He says it's funny to find out that Ashanti got Caribbean lineage. That's why her mom was really upset. Okay, I don't know anything about Ashanti, but oh yeah, I do it because I see her going to Carnival. She used to anyway every year, so I kind of figured maybe she was from somewhere in the Caribbean. So yeah, as good as the first time. Vanessa, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Says this is dragging on far too long. You talking about the trial? Yeah, it's coming to an end this year. Philip, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Brother Damon, what's going on with you? Michelle, what's going on? Let's see. Diane, hope you're doing well. Candy, how you doing? And Lynette from Montgomery, Alabama. Hope you're doing great. And Brother Eddie says so many people have turned on him who would testify. Well, a lot of those other people testified and they were subpoenaed, right? I guess the feds subpoenaed them. So they had to show up or whatever the case is. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Very, very interesting, this verdict, to say the least. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it for the sake of time. Okay. Hey, Jesse. So as you guys remember, there was an election last year, right? Trump was reelected as the 47th president. He bested that of Kamala Harris, right? She was running for president. Anyway, obviously during an inauguration, right? That's the big party and festivals. For any president, they have entertainers and a whole lot of people. Now, y'all remember the first time when Trump was inaugurated, well, he won, had inauguration, hardly anybody performed. I remember Chrisette Michele, R&B singer. She was blackballed for a long time because she performed. I think she took like $75,000 or something like that. And people just put the scarlet letter on her, right? And I don't think she's ever rebounded from that. So it was kind of said and unsaid. You don't perform for Trump, otherwise we'll blackball you. Now, moving forward, of course, we know there's a lot of other people, but Snoop and Nelly performed. Now, Snoop performed at the crypto ball, the cryptocurrency ball. Of course, he went on to the Breakfast Club and explained that, right? He was like, I don't owe anybody any explanation. Now, of course, you know, they brought into remembrance when Trump ran and won the first time and Snoop called people Uncle Toms and all that other stuff, right? So they was like, well, ain't that what you are, whatever. But he said, I didn't do it for Trump. I did it for my friend who I guess is the CEO of whatever crypto company it was. So he said also that I get donations and funding for the things that I do for the neighborhood from, you know, these people. So he said that's why he went. Of course, Nelly, I think he maybe performed at the inauguration. And so everybody was mad. They were upset. They were, you know, dogging him in their comment section. It was just a lot, right? Well, moving forward, Nelly and Ashanti, they have a show, a reality show that's by the name of We Belong Together, right? And so they're on this press junket, this tour, and they're going all over the place. Well, this video I'm going to show you, he was at Ebro in the morning. So it's a morning show in New York, and him and Ashanti was there. And I guess they were just talking about all things. And this came up.
On your pro Donald Trump stand.
See, this is what I'm saying. What did you get pro Donald?
I didn't
what did you get pro? What you had was respect for office.
Okay.
And it's great how people spin narratives to things that I think best fit whatever they're against.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of giving a brother the exact fundamental of what he did, what he said. Nobody's doing that anymore. Everybody's, right. oh, if you did this, you're for him. And it's amazing how you could do something, but if you don't agree with everything that somebody does, which I plainly said that, I don't agree with everything my wife does. So to be in a situation to where, no, I have respect for the office. This person does some things good. This person does something good. And what I didn't see is that just the year before that, I actually did an event with Vice President Kamala Harris at that time. Nobody ever brought it up. Nobody ever said.
That's not gonna get the clicks.
Well, of course, because I see the way you even posed the question.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? The way you even brought the question in was clickbait.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, Nelly, your political stance. I don't think I said that. I think I said I have respect for the office and whoever is in office. It was truly an honor because ain't none other president ever asked me to do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It doesn't mean you agree with how that president
never
is
endorsed
moving.
that. You never endorsed
I
that.
never endorsed any president. You know what I'm saying? I've never did that a day in my life. What I did say is that I'm a military brat. I love our men and women that service this country. I've done things all around this country. I've entertained the troops. Nobody bring that up. I've stay
on, man. You know people don't want
a
the truth.
commitment in my community. You know what I'm saying? And I have a beautiful black family.
Hey.
And nobody puts that in perspective.
All right. So I'm going to remove Nelly. Ain't he fine? Never mind. Anyway, let me remove Nelly and put me back up here. So y'all heard what he said. And you heard Ebro, you know, and some people say he's a colonizer. I don't know really anything about him like that. I know who he is. But nevertheless, he came out hot, right? So are you still on your pro Donald Trump stuff or whatever? And I didn't show the video for, you know, in case I got copyright or something like that. But Nelly was like, see, there you go. And of course, y'all heard everything that he said. But he said, I performed for Kamala, so I don't know if that was a hip hop event. You know, they had the 50th hip hop thing. I don't know what it was, but he performed. But he also says, I entertained the troops. I have a beautiful black family. And that was Ashanti. That was, yay, you know, because they were there on their tour or whatever for their reality show. And so, of course, you know, the blogs, they do what they do. They picked up the clickbait, as he said they would do, picked up the clickbait. And of course, you know, the busybodies, the peanut gallery in the comment section, oh, he this, he that, he this, he that, he, you know how they do. So I guess Nelly jumped in. I think maybe it was the shade room. I don't know. He jumped in the comment section and had time, and he said this. Let me remove this so y'all can see it. He says, I'll put whatever up me and Snoop do in the community and have been doing for over 20 plus years against any of you that are just on here talking trash and have no stats to back up what you mean to the community. From the black families that we employ to the black children that we help every day and all year through our nonprofits, whether we're sending kids to school on scholarships to HBCUs or helping young black boys in LA Gang Central with his junior football program, talking about Snoop, which many players have went on to the NFL and lived their dreams. And on top of that, we are black men married to beautiful black women with black children. Should be inspiring to most, but that some of y'all have a problem with because the prosecutor, because the prosecutor who has probably locked up more black men than we've helped women of color with the white woman of color, with the white husband and white kids didn't win. So in summation, he's basically saying, y'all are mad at me because, you know, for whatever, but because Kamala with the white husband and white children didn't win. So again, he's saying, I should be getting a pat on the back. I'm pro-black. I got a black woman, black children, so does Snoop, but y'all are mad because this so-called black woman, I think that's kind of what he was saying, right? The so-called black woman with a white man and white children did not win. He says, basically, I would think y'all would be happy for that. But of course, we know that they weren't. They're never going to have that conversation about who Kamala was lying down with. But I think he's saying, okay, everything is fair in love and war. Y'all going to keep dragging me. Let's have the conversation out loud. But you know what I really love about Nelly? In that moment, is that he says, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm an unapologetic black man, and y'all not going to make me feel guilty. I'm not going to bite my tongue. I'm not going to tuck tail and run because y'all do not like the decision I made. I made the decision for me, not because of you. But like he said, and he said to Ebro, talk about the things that I do for the community. See, because everybody's on this Democrat plantation, y'all want to continue to try to throw in my face that I made a decision for me. And like you said, I didn't endorse nobody. But y'all mad, y'all gonna keep throwing that up in my face. I mean, they even targeted Ashanti. You know, talking about nobody's gonna watch your show or this, that, and the other. But Kamala has not done a blessed thing for anybody black specifically. And I'm adding this specifically. And they mad at Nelly. They're mad at Nelly and Snoop because they made a decision for them. And as we always say, the Democrats ran around talking about democracy is in danger. Well, democracy means that you have a say-so, which we know that we really don't, but that was what they were saying. But democracy means that if I have a say-so, I can also go and vote for who I want to vote for. I can endorse, or I can perform for whoever I want to do that. And you shouldn't have a thing to say because your party, the Democrats, are talking about we're protecting democracy because it's in danger. Are you protecting democracy for everybody? Or just for the people that agree with you? And the people who don't, you want to drag them to hell and back because they didn't do or think the way you wanted them to? So big ups to Nelly for putting it all down, standing 10 toes down. I'm not scared of y'all. My heart don't pump no Kool-Aid when it comes to y'all. And what you gonna do? Like I said, match up what you're doing outside of this comment section with anything that I'm doing, and then we can have a conversation. So anyway, I want to see what you guys have to say about it. And welcome to everybody. I'm going to go all the way back to the top and see who came on here so I can say hello, hello, hello. Where did I leave off? So, yes, I want you all's opinion. Okay, I think. Yep, I'm right there. Okay. So, Candy, if I didn't say hello, I think I said hello, but I say hello again. Let's see. Diane, what's going on with you? Tracy, you made it early. How you doing? Eli, what's going on with you? Buckhorse, she says, Puff Daddy makes me laugh. Oh, and Eli says, why no subtitles, closed caption on YouTube? I don't know. I have no idea. Some channels do it, but some don't. I don't know if it's something in your settings that maybe you have to control from your end, but I don't know. And I apologize if that's something you need. I'm sorry. And Brother Reggie says, I'm out walking the dog, so forgive my typos, if any. That's okay. And forgive me for reading, because, you know, sometimes I be misreading words. Sister Shirley, what's going on with you? Sister Marcella, hope you're doing well. Says, Diddy should not be in jail for freaky, you know. He says, where did all these people learn this from? Can you say Hugh Hefner? Yeah, and even still, I mean, it's like the defense said in their closing, they literally put a yellow crime scene tape around his bedroom and some of the hotel rooms. Like, they made this big old deal, but it's like, I mean, per what he did, they could probably put crime scene tape around a lot of people's bedroom because they weren't okay. Was it good for you as it was for me? You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting. MC Fact, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. As good as the first time. Says, I woke up and I'm glad to be on your channel now. Well, I'm glad that you're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Brother Damon says, Chade Nkrumah. And Brother Reddy say, yeah, let Chris Shedd live. I don't think her career will ever be the same. Now, you hear a little conversation about, oh, gosh, she should have, you know, we should forgive her. But her career, it's unfortunate because she should have been able to do that if she wanted to, right? Cloudless, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Ray the King says, I'm with Janet Jackson too. I heard Kamala ain't black. You know, and I don't think that helped Kamala either when her minions started to drag Janet Jackson. You know, she can say what she wants. And then her spokesman or manager, whoever was, got fired because he came out with the statement, oh, of course she supports the vice president. And she was like, yeah, he fired. And they put out a notice saying, yeah, he's been fired. He don't speak for Janet, okay? Which made everybody believe Janet was like, I didn't bite my tongue. Who is she? You know what I mean? So, yeah. Patty Brown, what's going on with you? Hey, Donovan, what is up? If you want to come on, just let me know. I'll send you a link. Let's see here. Cloudness just says, well, who cares what these celebrities do? I mean, it's not even about the celebrity. It's about Nelly being a black man that's saying, you ain't finna tell me what to do. And that's the other thing with the Democratic Party. You know, they ain't got a whole lot of brothers running around there with a spine. You know, they like jellyfish around there. So I love to see him as a black man standing up and say, I will not bend the knee to y'all foolishness. And again, you know, what makes Kamala special? They talking about him. They're talking about his wife. So you're like, let's bring her relationship to the table. She's with a whole white man with white children that she did not birth, run around. But y'all talking about me. Basically, what he's saying is y'all should be quiet until you can line it up, you know? So, yeah. Yanni, what's going on with you? Hope you're doing well. Let me see, skip down a little bit so I can catch up. And Jesse says, I remember Nelly was caping for Kamala Harris. I mean, I don't know. He says that he's never endorsed anybody. You know, he's an entertainer. He should be able to entertain, make his money, and do what he wants to do, right? Patrice, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Brother Reggie, he was there for the bag, right? I think he got paid like 1.5 million, which is not bad. So yeah. Let's see. Donovan says, by the way, Nelly is a military brat, so I can understand his thoughts on politics. We are taught to respect the office. And that's what he said. I respect the office. But he says, no, but other president has invited me to come perform for nothing. So, and he says, I've entertained the troops. And nobody talks about that. But when he, goes and performs for Trump, then people got to say, but some say, but he also said that, hey, I've made a lot of money under Trump. So I'm going to go where the money is. I don't know. Our brother Ray says, Ebro's mama is white. Yeah, she's Jewish, and his dad is black. So absolutely. From what my researcher says, he was born and raised in Oakland. So yeah. Bobby Wobby, what's going on with you? Says he wants props for marrying a black woman. Nah, that's not what he was doing. What he was doing is, y'all got so much to say about me. Let's talk about this woman who says she black with a white man and white children. That's what he was saying. He's not saying he wants props. He's basically putting it all on the line. He's basically saying, line my stuff up with any of y'all stuff. You know what I mean? But on one hand, if Nelly was married to a white woman, all hell would have broke loose. But he's basically saying, and I'm, for lack of better words, kiss my butt. Y'all don't make nothing shake for me. But he didn't bring it up. Old boy brought it up, trying, like he said. And I'm glad that Nelly called him out on it. You trying to get clicks and likes, huh? Because this is going to go viral, for lack of better words. And you knew what you were doing. You came out hot. Oh, so you still on your pro-Donald Trump stuff? And if I was, what you going to do about it? See, I almost wish you would have said that. What you going to do about it? Oh, nothing? Oh, okay. Yeah. Doc Boss, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Brother Don, much of an OG moderator, hope you're doing well today. Janelle, what is going on with you? Says, why do liberals pick with folks that are not Democrats? They are so stupid because they want everybody black on the plantation. They don't mess with white people or anybody else who's exercising their democracy, but black people, we all got to be kneading these butter biscuits together. Philip says, she ain't black. I'll let y'all tell it, not me. Terry, how you doing? You say Nelly is right. Miss Sweets, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Y'all say talk y'all ish to Nelly. Yes, and let me catch up. And Michelle says Nelly is right. We as black folks have selective outrage. Sometimes we need the STFU. Y'all know what that is. And mind our darn business. Yup. Yes, indeed. So let's see who else came on here that I have not seen yet. Dano, what's going on with you? MC Fat says Harris said she wasn't gonna do anything for blacks until she was forced to, right? That black man plan that was for everybody at the 11th hour. She said, oh, black man, I really love you. I'm gonna give you weed and I'm gonna let you fight for business loans with everybody else. Yeah. Let's see, JBWR, what's going on with you? Hope you're doing well. Sharon, how you doing? Donovan is somewhere in here. And Del Monte Green Beans, how you doing? And thank you so much. He says it would have been a fake A Bollywood dark and lovely commercial on the captain. You know what? Damn. You wilded. Doug Graham, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Carrie, what's going on with you? Ernest says Nelly said what he said. I don't think he needs to say no more, put up or shut up at this point. I agree with you. Hey, Al, how you doing? It says the kid from St. Louis that was murdered by the police. Didn't Nelly lead a protest and fund the family? Yeah, Nelly's done a whole lot of things, but people won't talk about that. They're mad because he didn't support Kamala. Y'all notice how he put in there too, the prosecutor who probably locked up more black men than, as he said, women of color that I've helped, right? So he did not leave that off either. He says, let's have the real conversation. But y'all talking about me exercising my rights as an American, we're not going to do that, So let's see here. Oh, Buckhorn, so you don't like Puff Daddy. Antoine, how you doing? He says Nelly married a black, but Ashanti didn't. Admittedly, he says Nelly married black, but Ashanti didn't. Admittedly, I gave Nelly grace beforehand, but I'm taking my grace back. I'm from the Lou, but I speak country grammar. What does that mean exactly, if you don't mind me asking? Mahalia, how you doing? It says love and light. Yes, indeed. And Victorious, what's going on with you? It says hello, Mr. Demetri. Nelly stated nothing but facts. Can I suit Kamala and Barack for emailing? Okay, you sue them for emailing you about donations. I don't know about that. That's funny. Damien, you say It's sex crime tape. Talk about Diddy. Hey, Sunlight, how you doing? Donovan says debauchery is not a crime. Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of where, you know, and they got to have unanimous, right? So there could be one person in regards to Diddy to say, I can't find him guilty. And it's going to be a hung jury, right? It's not, well, if 8 people said he's guilty and 4 people said not, well, we're going to go with the majority. No, it's not like that. They have to have a unanimous guilty or not guilty. And then, of course, the prosecution could retry it if they want. I don't know why they would. But, yeah, what he did is not necessarily a crime. They've actually went back from 2004 to 2024. So they're trying to say that he operated this crime syndicate for over 20 years, amassing all of this wealth, right? Now, as his defense did a good job of saying, they're like, y'all charging one man with a RICO? Y'all not charging nobody else. How is he being one man, a crime syndicate? It doesn't make any sense, right? But the prosecution, the feds are trying to say, well, to us it does, you know. Hey, Pop, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Renz, what's going on with you? Renz said, Demetra, the only thing missing from her head is that, you know what, you better stop. Oh, Antoine says you don't speak country grammar. Shoot, that song is iconic, you know. So I don't know what you're saying by that. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. Sophia, how you doing? Says Nelly was correct. Diddy was a tool of diversion. Possibly, you know, or he's a tool of trying to get his money. Right. I think that's really the larger conversation. They want his money. Candy says they mad at the black man that helps the community, but praise the so-called black woman that says she wasn't going to do nothing for black people. Make it make sense, because that's how sick we are. We are dead in our thinking. We are, you know, as Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, we are mentally dead. We don't think. We go with emotions, you know, because a thinking person will say, yeah, that makes sense. Not an emotional person. I'll never forgive you what you've done to us. You know, it's like, what did he do to you? You know, 83, what's going on with you? Well, I love you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Victoria says some black women don't know that Kamala is married to a white man. How could they not? Says one tried to argue with me online about her last name being Imhoff. I mean, she's been all over the world with him, right? She's been on the stage with him when she's campaigning. That goes to show you, if she didn't know that she's married to a white man, she clearly wasn't paying attention. So it's like, who you've been getting your information from then? If you didn't know that, you know? Sunlight says, indeed, Janet Jackson stood 10 toes down and she's selling out venues and receiving awards. What is Kamala doing these days? Exactly. Yeah. Well, one thing we know about you, Sunlight, is you ain't going to play about Janet. That I do know. Pamela, how you doing? It says, hey, Miss Demetra, I've always called Kamala a dark-skinned white woman. That's all what she is. I can see why you say that. Brother Reddy says testosterone is at an all-time low in the Democrat Party. And everybody knows that. No worries, Donovan. You know what? I don't even know what my sister posted, but I know what she sent me, and I told her that I was telling my dad. So I don't know what you're what you're looking at. Yes, Connell, how you doing? Says, what's up, Demetra? And what Kamala supposed to have said to Nelly? Well, Kamala didn't say anything to Nelly, but her fans did. You know, of course, they're mad because he performed at one of Trump's inauguration events, rather. So, yeah. Trenton makes rather. How you doing? Says the 92% really think the Democrats care about Black Americans. Unbelievable. No, they really do. Kamala was going to save the day. It's like, was she really? You know, Willie, how you doing? Says, so things got too quiet for him. So now Nelly wants some more smoke. No, Nelly's got a reality show along with his wife Ashanti, and they're promoting it. They went on a radio show, and the radio host brought it up. Like, so are you still on your pro Donald Trump stuff? And that's kind of how we're here again, you know. But Nelly didn't bite his tongue. He was like, man, whatever. And I says Nelly donated his Dancing with the Star salary to a St. Louis Children's Hospital. Like they said, people don't talk about that, you know. Magneta, how you doing? Let's see. Just skipping on down. Avenge the Ancestor. How you doing? Yes, indeed. Pamela says, y'all better leave Nelly alone. That's my Cocoa Puffs. Yeah, I know a lot of women who will get him up on Nelly. Let's see. Who else is up in here? Herschel, how you doing? Hope you're doing well today. Yes, I told y'all my camera is new. My nephew, I love him so much. He's like a son to me. He's like my first child. He bought me a brand new computer As you know, I use it a lot in records, and so he brought me a brand new one. Brand new. So yes, the camera's a lot different. Yes, indeed. Dixie Den, how you doing? Says Democrats want the black man to fight for others and to stay obedient, silent, or be shamed. You're exactly right. Exactly. Timothy, how you doing? Thank you so much. It says, if this world were mine, I'd make you my queen. All right, now you better watch out now. You better watch out. But thank you. Sweet Home, Bama 24, how you doing? Says Kamala didn't marry an Asian man either. What's the big deal? Well, I think it's a big deal. You know, as Nelly said, all the things y'all can talk about, y'all talking about me exercising democracy, but y'all don't talk about the things that matter. You know, let's bring Kamala's relationship and everything into the fold. You know, what did she really do for black people that y'all want to continue dragging people who are exercising democracy? So, you know, we know that Kamala liked black men. She's been with black men before. Montel Williams, Willie Brown. So she's been with black men. So I don't know. Let's see who's on here. Angela Moore, how you doing? Says messy then. Okay. Shaniqua, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Daryl, what's going on with you? Says, to quote Nelly, what does it take to be number one? Number 2 is not a winner. 3, nobody remembers. Harris is number 2. Uh-oh. Fidel Castro, you still with us? How you doing? It says Joe Biden created the crime bill and Kamala locked up more black men than anyone else. And that's what Nelly was saying. Like, y'all gonna just gloss all over that, huh? And drag me. I don't have no power to do nothing. You know, I'm taking care of me and my family. I have absolutely no power at all, but y'all want to make me and Snoop the main focus. So yeah. Yeah, Miss Sweet, she says Nelly is a grown man. He can support or not support who he wants. Exactly. Hello, Mr. LSU. Hope you're doing well. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate that. One Who Cares says Nelly gives back to St. Louis. So I understand. Ty Deshaun, how you doing? Says Nelly, St. Louis, FBA. Patrice, he says this is hilarious. He's unapologetic, but continues to explain himself. He can choose to perform for the president, KKK, and any other racist entity that will pay him. Obviously, he's not about black empowerment. Otherwise, he would not have his rap career nor reality TV show. Shaking my head. Welcome to the world of social media. Everyone will not agree with your decisions. It's not that serious. Well, as I said before to you, what are you going to do about it? What can you do about Nelly? If Nelly wanted to run in the middle of the street, butt naked, singing every song from his catalog, what power do you have to do about any of that? And Nelly didn't bring this up. It was brought up to him. He went to promote his show. And, you know, somebody who's obviously a shill, in my opinion, brought it up and came out hot. Oh, so you're still on your pro Donald Trump stuff? He knew what he was doing. But see, he thought Nelly was a sucker. And Nelly said, oh, I don't think so. I'll be your huckleberry. Okay? I'll be your huckleberry. Don't come at me like that, because see, you ain't going to like the way I talk, and the dude back down. But see, he thought Nelly was going to say, oh, no, well, you know. Nelly said, oh, I see what you're doing there. Right? But y'all mad at Nelly because he ain't gonna let people, drag and talk about him. Y'all like when people let y'all do that to him, because what power do you have? It's a false idea of power. You cannot turn off no lights in Nelly's house. You cannot turn on no water in Nelly's house. You do not and will not put any food in his refrigerator. So what power do you actually have? None. See, that's how I try to go about life. What control do I have over anything outside of what I'm doing? If it's nothing, then I go mind my business. That's what I do. And I keep my gray hairs down. Magnetic says Kamala might call Nelly out on Spelman College and their reaction toward his song Tip Drill. Yes, he got called out over the video. And trust me, I know all about the video because I know somebody who was very closely associated with the video. And that's as far as I'll say. But yeah, Spelman, the women in Spelman, they held him accountable. His sister was dying and she needed, I guess, a bone marrow transplant because she had cancer. And they refused to hold the drive that might have saved the sister's life. They said, no, we don't like your music and this, that, and the other. But yeah, I'm quite sure they support Megan Thee Stallion. Anyway, but yeah. And Raven, how you doing? Says Nelly or Snoop didn't endorse Trump like the overwhelming majority of us didn't endorse Trump, but we roll with Trump and still riding with him on the illegal deportation mission. Yeah. But, for whatever reason, people think they own celebrities. All right, let me skip down just a tiny bit. Patrice says, I hope you do a live on Gaza finding opioids in the flour, the food flour. I heard about it, but why? I don't need to do a live on it. You can do a live on it. I show up to that. I don't need to do a live on that. I'm following world affairs as I do every day. I just cannot talk about everything. I'm paying attention to what's going on in Gaza, you know. But I'd rather talk about the stuff that they find in our neighborhoods because nobody's talking about that as much. You know, if I go and talk about what's going on in Gaza, not saying that I'm not paying attention, but if I go to Gaza and talk about what's going on there, who's going to talk about the stuff that we got going on here? See, that's what's wrong with us as Black people. We lose focus on the things that matter to us, which is why we're in the situation we're in, because we've been taught to focus on everybody else's stuff but our own. So anyway, belt to I like that. Belt to ass. It says Kamala didn't marry Black because she's not Black. Kamala Harris is Indian. I'll let y'all do what you're gonna do with that one. Algorithmic overhaul. How you doing? Says we are dead in our thinking. That's why they call us Black. Well, you know, I get it. Prime time, how you doing? Says love Nelly stood on 10 toes. Same. Jamal, how you doing? Says Diddy was a tool of insanity. Yeah, I don't think Diddy did any. Well, maybe he did. It's anything that is abnormal, and I want to be careful when I say that. I don't know all, you know, if any or all of that is true, but I'm saying in regards to what he was doing in his bedroom. There's a lot of people. If your bedroom got turned inside out, people be like, "Whoa, is that legal? I didn't know you could do that with that." You know what I mean? So I don't know. And I see you guys' comments. I just want to make sure I get everybody. Beanie Brown, how you doing? Beanie Brown, he says that y'all gonna keep on talking about what's on Kamala's forehead, huh? Tracy says they know she's married to a pale face. They don't care. Yeah, because then that means they have to have the conversation of why they're not, you know, giving that a conversation, I guess. Mr. LSU, thank you so much. I appreciate you for that. Sophia, it says, I mean, Diddy's situation is a tool of diversion. Oh, yeah, I totally agree with you. Jones Beige, how you doing? Says, why y'all so jelly? Star Child, how you doing? Says, Nelly always gives back to his community, where Kamala and her white man at as far as helping our community, right? Because she said she's not doing nothing for us. She said that out of her own mouth. It's not speculation. It's not, well, did she say that? She said it out of her own mouth. I don't understand what the confusion is, you know? Thank you, Mr. LSU. And somebody says, yeah, you're right. I don't play about my girl. I know. So let me skip down just a little bit. I read your comments. Brother Reggie says, Doug Pimp Hand Emoff also loves nannies. I ain't gonna get into that. Team Jesus, you here to behave or not? Read your comment. Says, why is this channel and FBA channel so worried about Kamala and Democrats when Trump is president, leading us to war? Which war did he lead us to, if you don't mind me asking? And I know, and I'm asking for a reason. Which war did he lead us to? I'm going to wait. I'm going to get to the bottom eventually. All right. Roz, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Lucky me, how you doing? Says, Nelly is fine. Yes. But he married, so we can't look too long, you know. D Nice, how you doing? Says, and did he address the whole OK City team for having no black wives? So you talking about the basketball team that just won the championship? I didn't know that. They don't have no black wives? I didn't know that. Huh. Miss Sweet says, question, have you seen debate between Candace Owens and Priscilla? The name is in my head. I just can't get it to come out of my mouth yet. Priscilla. Or is her name Princella? Maybe that's why I'm confused. Said, it wasn't that long. However, it was very interesting. Yeah, I saw it. It's two scammers debating with each other. Printilla, well, however you say her name. I'm familiar with her content. And I'm going to just say this. We all know about Candace. But Princella, she seems like she don't like men. I don't know. I don't know much of it, but she don't seem like she like men or go with men. Like the old people say, she go with women. She don't seem like she go with men, but she on there telling women how to be with men. See, that's what I'm talking about with silly season. If that indeed is her thing, how y'all sit up and listen to that woman and she ain't with no man to tell y'all about relationships with men? Same thing I ask is, how do women or anybody listen to men tell y'all about being with women or any of that? It's weird to me. But yeah, I saw it. All right, let's see who else on here. Cut the bull. How you doing? Agent Black, good afternoon to you as well. Till G, how you doing? He says, and that ain't all the black men she's been with either. Listen, I ain't in Kamala Harris's bedroom, but y'all know how I feel about Kamala. I think she needs to write a book. She needs to write a book and tell us how she used her WAP to get to the top. Because there's a lot of women, I ain't going to bite my tongue about this. I've said this before. I know there's a lot of women around there not even getting a happy meal for the WAP. But Kamala used the WAP. And she's got some education as well. Let's not run her low, right? But she was smart. She didn't give it away for nothing. She was like, oh, Willie Brown, oh, you could put me in places other than, the motel that I can do something with my... So I'm not mad at Kamala for that. She was strategic. So yeah. Antoine says both Kamala and Trump were egregiously bad candidates. Would you rather eat rotten eggs or dog? Well, I mean, it's between choosing evil or evil, right? The lesser two evils. But people say you need to choose the lesser two evils. All right, well, if you did your homework, well, it damn sure wasn't Kamala that should have been in office. I'm just saying. Kaquita, is that how you say how you doing? Says American fascism come home to roost, and some celebrating thinking fascism is not going to get them. Is an empire with roots, imperialism, colonialism, neo-colonialism, and supremacy. You said a word. You said a lot of words. Cynthia, how you doing? Says, did Kamala's husband know she was thottish? Come on, how could she not? And I don't even know if she was thottish. Was she thottish? Or was her relationship public? I haven't heard about, and I say this all the time. I'm not one of those people to say that she's a 304. But I would say this about Kamala. I don't know Kamala, never met her, but I guarantee you ain't gonna see no Dusties coming out and say, yeah, I had that. Yeah, I was with, yeah, man. I guarantee you ain't no Dusties gonna come out and say they was anywhere in any room by themselves with Kamala. Kamala looks like she was like, oh, you can make some things happen for me? Okay. Because Willie Brown is in his 90s. Kamala just turned 60. So they were together for a while. When she was, I think, in her 30s, maybe, upper 20s. And he's like 30-some years older than her. So y'all think she was going with Willie Brown because he smelled like, hot karate or whatever cologne old men wear? Or because she just loved the smell of Ben Gay in the morning? Nah, she was like, I could take a shower or whatever, but he can make some things happen. So, I don't have a dog in the fight with Kamala and what she was doing. And maybe I've said too much. Gerard, how you doing? Says, do women with children look down on women without children, assuming they are fertile? I think that was some of the case for the lack of support for Kamala. I think it was more or less how you telling us about deleting babies and all this other stuff, and families, and you don't have kids. She does, stepchildren, but like, I don't know. I don't look down on it. I know a lot of women who don't have children. They're like, just having children wasn't something I wanted to do. Maybe that was her, maybe she was more career oriented, and I don't fault women for not wanting to have children. Having children and taking care of them is a task. Angela says, I can't stand, how you doing? He says, I can't stand when Black people bring their own people down. Same. Agent Black says, people seem to think we can't agree with people that do things that we don't agree with. Just because we support one thing, we say it doesn't mean we support everything he does. There you go. Now, mind you, there was a lot of people, Democrats. Joy Reid was one of them talking about, I don't think you guys should be having Thanksgiving with people who voted for him. Who are you to tell people that you down? And that's Democrats. You down with breaking up families over the way they voted? Don't go sit down and have some dry turkey and stuffing with your family like you do every year because they voted differently than you. That was the Democrats spewing that. Telling people to fight with their family over two people they'll never meet. Now that's insanity. All right, who else came on here? And Jamal says, Nelly did a job for Republicans. How many of you that work for corporate Republicans going to quit your job tonight? You know what? you're going to get in trouble because you said a word that people ain't going to answer. Because that's different. I just be hearing people's voices in my head. That's different. As good as the first time it says, I'm from the Lou and we call out from the BS. Okay. All right. Who else is on here? Well, thank you, Mahaya. I appreciate that. Yeah, I wasn't combing it for like a month or so. And my daughter's like, are you ever going to comb your hair again? I said, yeah, maybe I should comb it this week, but thank you. Mary, how you doing? It says, was all black men that she locked up, were they innocent? Nah, I'd imagine they weren't. But damn, ain't one innocent black man locked up enough? See, I hate that argument because it's like a false dichotomy. Well, was some of them guilty? And I'm not saying you talk like that. I just personalities popping out. Well, was some of them guilty? Yeah, but that don't discount the ones that weren't. The ones that weren't guilty shouldn't be in there. See, it's a false argument. Now you heard people say, well, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Did you not hear that there was some innocent people locked up? There was even a man, he was a white man, that was found, he was locked up and, he appealed and I guess they found out that he didn't do it. And you know what she said? He filed his paperwork too late. Opposed to what? I already gave you some years that I didn't deserve to give you, and you talking about I filed my paperwork too late, therefore I should just do the rest of life? See, that's foolishness. So were there some men who did something? Yeah, I'm sure there was. But I personally know somebody who didn't do it. And she was one of the first black women that was harmed under Kamala's truancy law in California. Sheree Peoples, go look her up. Newspaper, everything. Kamala says nobody was harmed. So she called my friend a nobody because my friend is harmed. To this day, she has to answer that she was arrested, even though those charges are dropped. She has to answer that, yeah, I've been arrested before. So, yeah, I hope that helps. Star Child says that was evil, what Spellman did to Nelly's sister. I mean, it's their right to do it. I agree, but, it was their right to do it. Sucks. But, yeah. Dear self, how you doing? T, what's going on with you? Tori, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. Who else came on here? Shirley Salone, how you doing? Says, right on, Sister D. And Philip says, Joy Reid is the Gaza rep. She wasn't before, though. When she was sitting on MSNBC, she wasn't screaming and hollering all the stuff she's screaming and hollering now. But she would rather bite her tongue off than to say anything remotely against what's going on in Palestine or against the Palestinians. Or now she free as a bird to say whatever she wants, So, yeah. Dear Selfie says, I love the reference black. I am a black American. Yeah, I don't have a problem with being called black. I really don't. And I see you guys' comments, but I want to make sure I get everybody. Harry, how you doing? You said she was married to a black man. I don't know if she's ever married to a black man. She was definitely with black men, right? Brother Red, you better knock it off. Lucky Me says, most celebrity brothers aren't with black women. I don't think that's true. I think most celebrity black men are with black women. I really don't think that's true, as most black men who are married to black women. Believe it or not. Al says, when Nelly was on Nick Cannon's Wild and Out, he said if he can take his grills out, Nick can pull his pants up. I don't know if that's ever happened. Tracy says, to be honest, with so-called 92% is no different than MAGA dummies. You said it. I didn't. Yeah, Brother Reggie, I'm asking what war? Like, what war have we been led to, or we being, whatever? I'm asking for a reason, and I didn't see them back on here. Maybe I skipped it. Victoria says, I'm confused. Trump is leading us to war, but it's June and he haven't deported black people, FBA, African Americans. Can someone help me understand this? When you find out, let me know. Dear Self says, who is hating on illegals? They aren't immigrants. They came here illegally. Who is hating? Seems like the other way around. We ain't thinking about no damn illegals. Yeah, I don't know why people are putting that on us. We're minding our black business. Has nothing to do with us. We don't have any power to deport anybody or anything like that. You know what I mean? Priscilla is her name. Yeah, I've heard of her. I've seen her stuff. She's the opposite of Kevin Samuels, right? And she's in a kind of sense taking over Kevin Samuels' not his platform, but you know, her background kind of looks the same. She's, you know, talking low with the low lights, and she's telling women how to be with men and this, that, and then. It's like, are you with a man? Or are you trying to be a man? And maybe I said too much. I don't know. Sheila, how you doing? Says Nelly, how that week 8 Las Vegas show going? Hope not a ticket sold unless it's for MAGA. Sounds like it's doing well. See, you wishing bad on people who've done nothing personally to you. You doing that for Kamala. Why are you wishing bad on Nelly for Kamala? And what has Kamala done for you? But from what I understand, the show is going well. You hope that, you better hope that hope that you hoping bad for other people don't come back to you, because usually that's how it works. See, be careful. The things that you put out there in the universe ain't deaf. It hears everything you saying. And don't think that you're special enough. You ain't got no power to wish something on somebody and not have it come back to you. So be careful. Because if it was that easy, all the things that people have done to us, and we said, oh, I wish somebody this happened. I wish when they step off a curb, a bus run them. Imagine if we wish that and that stuff would happen. So you better hope the things that you wish for somebody else don't come back on you. See, because when it does, then you're going to be like, oops, maybe I need to watch my mouth and the things that I speak out into the universe on people that has done nothing to me. See, one thing is God ain't sleep. So be very careful. And I can't tell you what to do. I'm just, giving you some advice. Yes, I heard she's a YouTuber. Hey, Bakari, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Al says, Oklahoma Thunder has one player that's married to a white woman. All the other players are 25 under single. So, yeah, people just be telling stories. And Al is the sports aficionado, so I think he would probably know. Intermix Radio, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Amber, how you doing? Says, for the Rubes, getting a W for someone who was found guilty on felonies and found liable for fraud and sexual abuse is far more important than having Medicaid or hospital within 100 miles. So I guess you're talking about Trump being found guilty and all that other stuff. Again, I'm assuming you're a Democrat. When you go to your next Democrat meeting, if you do that, I don't know, you should probably say, hey, knock it off. Let's put something on the table that people can sink their teeth into. Okay, because right now, Democrats are running around talking about what Trump is doing, but not talking about what they are doing to get people to say, all right, I can entertain the Democrats again. It's a wasted effort, And for what I understand, I don't know, unless the bill is passed while I was on here, they're still having issues passing the big, beautiful bill, right? There's some senators who are like, I can't do that, and a lot of Republicans, they only need, if more than 3 senators vote against it, Republican senators, then it's not going to pass. So it sounds like they're having a tough time with the way it was written up. So I guess they're going back to the, drawing board, but nevertheless. Bakari says, I don't want to get or great. That's how I see that evil conversation. Hey, KP, how you doing? And thank you so much. It says, WAP to the top classic. You better copyright it. I'm just saying, are we really mad at Kamala for, using her lady parts to, hell, she had the second highest position in the land. No pun intended. M. Hotep, how you doing? Says Kamala gamed the system as much as she could. And there's some women, like I said, laying down in the backseat of a car, giving it away for free. I've said too much. Chief One, how you doing? Says Nelly is trying to get the focus off of him. Nelly, what did his wife? They said she was in the closet with Merriweather with a. Chief One, are you a man? If you don't mind me asking, and I'm asking for a reason. Are you a man? And just want to know. All right, I absolutely got to skip down and catch everybody have not seen because I got 7 minutes. Raven says, sad that the media suggests wrongdoing by one of us because the media know we will do the main torching of one of us without all the facts. Diddy beating Cassie on film was horrible, but he not on trial for that. The whole case is about who can do the nastiest of the nasty. Enrico was present. Says Diddy probably will be acquitted, and I'm cool with that. And yeah, it remains to be seen. They also said in the instructions, basically, was he intoxicated when he was making these decisions? Because I guess that has to be factored in. So if I'm interpreting it right, it's like, would he have made these decisions? Would he have made different decisions if he was sober? So I guess the jury gets to consider that as well, because even his own people, his team said he was a drug addict, and it's documented that he's gone to rehab and things like that. So I don't know. Sunlight says, no, it was just the light skin and racial ambiguous that drives some men crazy. Uh-oh. Joanne, how you doing? Long time no see. Says, Demetri, are you saying thottish or Scottish? Thought. I didn't call her a thought. Somebody else called her a thought. Thottish, not Scottish. King Nova, how you doing? Says, when asked about Kamala becoming president, Willie Brown says she's going to deport my... Did he really say that? That he gonna get deported? He's stupid. Yeah, Herschel, I don't know what old men wear. My dad is not calling him old because he would call me, you call me old. He's 81 and he likes Aramis. That's something, if you know, Aramis, right? Khalil, did I say hello to you? Not hello. He says, in Black Spaces talking about Gaza. Yeah, I mean, it's like, what should we be focused on as Black Americans? I think that's a given, right? Jupiter, how you doing? He says, hey, Demetri, I sent you an email from Defiant Negro Spiritual Defiant Lord, him stating FBAs can be deported. He's just a liar. That's what he is. Defiant lawyer, whatever he's called. He's a liar. And he knows he's talking to people who are going to be like, oh my God, how could it be deported? Just a liar. He's a lawyer. He's a liar, lawyer. Some people say it's one and the same, but he's a liar. And he knows we can't. I mean, we probably could, but it wouldn't be legal. You know what I mean? Jekyll, how you doing? FBA Jameson, what's going on? He said Joy Reid is not even FBA, so I heard. I don't know. She was born here, but I think her lineage is somewhere else or something like that. Oh my God, girl, how you doing? He says, so he calls her out for marrying a white man, but he supports Trump. Make it make sense. He's not married to Trump. He's not married to Trump. He's basically saying, leave me alone. Because y'all don't get to determine how I respond to your foolishness. I'm like that too. I have to talk to myself sometimes before I crash out. Because I'm like, you don't get to do stuff to me and then I dictate how I respond. You don't have that type of power. If you don't like how I respond, then leave me alone. It's really that simple, right? And I love Nelly for that. I love Nelly for letting people know only woman got control over me is my wife. All you other, I almost said something. Is Bathsheba a bad one? All you other, not you, but I'm just saying Bathsheba's in the comment section. You don't tell me what to do, and you in the comment section, that's the man. All right, who else came on here that I did not see? Trying to get to the bottom. Tracy Allen, how you doing? I don't know what that means, but how you doing? TFBA 9, how you doing? Says she's not FBA, okay. Jekyll says she dated Willie Brown, older man. Yeah, he's like 30 some years older than she is. So Herschel, you doing too much now. Says, how come no one has any smoke for Ketanji Brown Jackson? She actually is Black, and I haven't seen her make any rulings that help Black people asking for a friend. And she married to a white man, but it's all right when they marry white men. Oh yeah, she got her brand. Oh yeah, oh it's so I need to give me one of them. But Clarence Thomas. I got so many Clarences in my head, so forgive me. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. He married to a white woman. They don't feel the same way about him. Now, trust me, he be doing too much. I'm not saying he don't, but they don't see it the same way. Yeah, Miss Sweets, they are most of them married to a Black woman. Miss America, how you doing? Says the average Black man is married to a Black. Says the average Black man is married to a Black man, or do you mean Black woman? Says, but the most affluent Black men are not with Black women. That's not true. A lot of affluent Black men are with Black women. Jay-Z, Magic, LeBron, Steph Curry. Who else is out there? Lorenz Tate. I don't know how affluent he is, right? Denzel, Samuel L. Jackson, Barack Obama, who was one of the most affluent, and I know he ain't FBA, I'm just saying, Black affluent man in the world. He's with a Black woman. I'm just trying to put that out there. Charmaine, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Kathy, how you doing? Says, hey, I'm just seeing this and I'm new to your chat room. I'm Black, white, and indigenous. I really didn't want kids either. And plus I married a white man too. Why you think it's bad to marry who you love? I don't have a dog in a fight with who marries who. I know a lot of people who are married to people who aren't Black. That doesn't bother me at all. because I can't control what people do in their bedrooms or anything like that. I can only think about me. None of that is of my concern, right? I don't get wrapped up into who's married to who and, get my blood pressure up over all that because it ain't my business. So, if that's who you find love with, that's who you find love with. For me, give me a brother because there is no other. I'm just saying for me. I'm not speaking for nobody else. Mad Dog, how you doing? What's going on with you, Sherry? He says, remember how they talked about us during the crack era? Says the chickens have come home to roost. I have never seen so many drugged out white homeless women and men in my life. What's standing on the corner? Yeah, they are like with the opioids, and they've done crack too, right? It's funny because I was having conversation with somebody earlier about crack and basically a documentary that should come out about that. Man, if y'all know somebody who's good with documentaries or anything like that, I got a great idea. I'm full of great ideas. Not that something I would want to do, but I always try to give people great ideas and they never want to do anything with. But this here is a great idea. I think it would win awards and all kind of stuff. So yeah. All right, who else came on here? Because I see that I've ran out of time. Antoine says the Democrats no longer represent the working class or poor. They're beholden to the oligarchs and donor class too. And I'm glad that you put 2 in there. Right, along with the Republicans. And Kathy, did I say hello to you? If not, hello. Anti-American, American, how you doing? Says, hey, Miss K, love to watch you. You remind me of my grandma. You'll always have my support. Oh, well, thank you. I'm sure your grandmother is or was a lovely woman. I appreciate that, as I do take that as a compliment. Novel, how you doing? Says, I just can't understand how some of our FBA people are still supporting Democrats or Republicans. Neither one has done or will do anything for us. You right? Totally agree. Y'all talking about free the diddler. We ain't got no power in that. It remains to be seen. Brother Reggie says, I don't know, y'all. They got Cosby on a lot less, and there was no video. That's what I said. We don't know until we know. It could go either way. We just don't know. As we know, we are on Verdict Watch. Philip says, my bad. See, you're right. Folks can marry whoever they want, but if you sleep white, you can't speak black. I think you can speak black. I just think it's how you do it, right? I don't think you should totally be discounted if you sleeping white. As I said, I can only speak for myself. My daddy a black man, and I won't be me a black man. It's just me. Elise, how you doing? Says, what's the sound up stars? What does that mean? I don't know. All right, let me see. Cynthia Haynes, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Who else came on here? I see y'all comments, but I gotta get out of here. MHFLA, how you doing? Says it's a Republican form of government, not a literal democracy. I know that it's a republic, but I'm saying that's what the Democrats ran around saying democracy's in danger. We gotta protect democracy. That's what they were saying. So I want to take them at their word, right? One who cares says ADHD. Okay, continue to ask the same question. Right? Mad Dog, yeah, Snoop and Ice Cube been with black women since high school. Okay? And they in their 50s. Snoop, I think, is my age, and Ice Cube's like a year older than me, and they've been with those women since high school or somewhere close to it. Black women. So we need to stop lying. You know what I mean? It doesn't do us any good to lie. Cynthia says Judge Brown cannot determine what a woman is. Ketanji Brown Jackson. I wonder what her husband thinks about who he has married. You know what? I have my theories about that. I think they purposely put them with white men. I think they really do that on purpose. I think it's all by design. I really do. Star Child says people marry outside. When people marry outside their race, especially blacks, they tend to ride for that particular race and not their own. See, that's what I have a problem. When you completely just get that. Hold on. I got 2 more minutes. When you get that's when I have a problem. When you get to doing all of that, that's when you should be looked at sideways, Machia, I hope I said that right. How you doing? Says the white man told me white people know Kamala's not black. She deserves whatever she gets for pretending. Ooh. Brian, how you doing? Says very interesting video. Miss D Good. Well, thank you. Bobby's channel. How you doing? Says Demetra never mentioned anything about IR that's coming for your insecurities, although black love. You mean interracial relationships? Is that what that is? So he says never mention anything about interracial relationships that's coming for your insecurities, although black love relationships should be the cornerstone of black families relationship. I'm just saying I don't disagree with that. I'm saying I'm 54, y'all. I'm 54, and I don't have the lifespan. I mean, I'm gonna be here for 50 more years, 4 million. So I'm not saying I'm gonna die. I hope I'm not. I just don't have the lifespan to waste anymore on ranting and raving about what other people are doing. I can't make people not be with who they want to be with. That's on them. I just do a shoulder shrug. I can only control who I'm with. That's all I care about. And right now, it's y'all see him? Yeah, say, man, say hello to everybody. He says hello. He says black love. I don't have a man, right? Unless he's the invisible man. So I'm not I'm not with nobody. So I can't I got to worry about me. That's all I'm saying. Desmond, how you doing? Says, why do FBA expect someone to do for them what does FBA do for each other? That's a whole nother conversation. Shar, how you doing? Thank you so much. Appreciate you for that. Brother Ray says, don't be surprised if Baraka, LOL. Oops. You say, get him a snow bunny after him. You better quit calling that lady Big Mike. Well, they said, what happened to that one? I ain't gonna get it to all that, Bridget. You crazy. That one person that said something about somebody was doing something. I don't remember who it was. Nelly and Ashanti was doing something. I didn't see them comment. Maybe I skipped over it. I was asking for a reason. Oh, you thought I was younger? I'm 54. Gonna be double nickels next year, and time flies by so fast. I'm telling you, if you're young, that time waits for nobody. It was just yesterday. I was in the 80s. You know, I had my hair had a big old flock of seagulls bang and stuff, and you know, jelly shoes, and it was just the 80s. I swear it was. In high school, no cares in the world. And then one day I woke up, I was 54. Don't waste it. Don't waste time. I'm telling you, whatever it is you want to do now, go do it, because time don't wait for nobody. I promise you. So yeah, the reason why I was asking if that person was a man or a woman, because I hate when men gossip. I don't even know what he was saying. It sounds like he was saying that Nelly and Shanti was doing something. They was found here. I don't care. Like, man, gossiping should not be something you should do. Gossiping is for old ladies who ain't got nothing else to do but get on a rotary dialing phone and call Wilma Jean and say, Wilma Jean, you heard about what, you know, nasty Nancy been doing with that lady? That's what for old ladies to do, not young, virile men. Like I said, I ain't never heard my daddy gossip. He's 81 years old. I've never heard him gossip. So I don't want to hear no men gossiping. If Nelly and Ashanti, you know, hanging from the chandeliers with 14 other people, I don't care. Ain't making me no money. It's not saving me any time. It's not making my gray hairs disappear. I don't care. And I say that with love. I do. Anyway, I love and appreciate every last one of y'all. I will be back here tomorrow with Donovan. What we'll talk about, I don't know, maybe we'll have a verdict. If we have a verdict, then we'll talk about that. I know some people are like, I don't want to talk about Diddy. We'll come back Wednesday when Walter will be here. Walter said he is going to show up and he is going to have a conversation. I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to chime in every once in a while, and I'm going to let Walter do what he do. Now, I will say Walter is not for everybody. He is not for the weak, but he's definitely for people who want to learn how to better themselves financially and all of that. So anyway, I really do love every last one of y'all. Thank y'all for sitting here with me. Monet, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm going to get out of here, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.